The emergence of Queen Letizia, a story that challenges the Spanish royal tradition. In the history of the Spanish royal family, there have been few marriages that have caused as much controversy and public uproar as the emergence of Letizia Ortiz Recasolano, an ordinary woman, formerly a television journalist, who became queen next to King Felipe VI. From the moment news of their relationship leaked out, the atmosphere at Zarzuela Palace was heavy and tense. King Juan Carlos I and Queen Sofia, who were then the symbols of supreme power in the family, never imagined that a woman like Letizia could enter the royal family. She was not of noble blood, nor did she come from a family with a tradition of monarchy. And what made the opposition even more fierce, Letizia had been married and divorced, a past that was unacceptable in the eyes of the royal family. They were concerned that the appearance of a traditionally outside woman would shake the strict image of the royal family, which had faced many political storms and scandals in the early years of the 21st century. The ancient stone walls of Zarzuela at that time not only separated the outside world from the family, but also imprisoned strict prejudices that had existed for hundreds of years. However, Felipe, at that time the Prince of Asturias, decided to break down that barrier. The young man who had endured his father's decisions many times, now no longer wanted to let his love destiny be decided by the powerful hands of others. Deep down, Felipe had not forgotten his two previous relationships, with Norwegian model Eva Sonnem and noblewoman Isabel Sartorius, which had broken up due to pressure from his own family. Both times, the pain of loss left a lingering scar in his heart. This time, Felipe vowed to himself, he would not repeat the mistake. Despite his parents' disapproval, despite the royal press's fierce reaction, he still chose Letizia, the woman he believed understood him better than anyone else. That decision was not only a love affair, but also a personal declaration: from now on, he would be the one to decide his own life. And then, overcoming all the storms, Letizia officially became Queen of Spain, opening a new chapter for the royal family, where love and personality are placed on par with tradition. The emergence of Queen Letizia, when love challenges the throne. Today, when mentioning Queen Letizia, many people immediately think of the image of an elegant, confident woman, walking beside King Felipe VI in the country's important events. But few people remember that the journey for her to get that position was once a story full of controversy, even crisis within the Spanish royal family. The early days of the hidden love story. At that time, Letizia Ortiz Recasolano was a famous television journalist for TVE. She appeared on the small screen every night, reporting on major events in the world, from the Iraq War to international conferences. The job brought her respect from the public, but also placed her far from the glamorous world of the royal family. Felipe, as Prince of Asturias, first met Letizia at a private party for journalists and high-ranking officials. In the luxurious atmosphere, he was attracted to the woman with the steady eyes and decisive voice. Unlike the beauties who had appeared beside him before, Letizia did not appear shy or try to impress a prince. Instead, she talked about current events, about her tiring trips abroad, and about the responsibility of the press in a democratic society. That is what conquered Felipe. He tried to keep in touch, and their feelings gradually blossomed in secret. But it was not long before the news reached the ears of King Juan Carlos I and Queen Sofia, and that is where the storm began. The wall of tradition and pressure from the throne. Zarzuela, the royal family's home and workplace, has long been a bastion of traditional values. The marriage of a prince or princess is not only a personal affair, but also a political, social and even diplomatic event. In the eyes of Juan Carlos I, Letizia did not meet the royal standards. She did not come from an aristocratic background, did not have powerful family connections, and especially, she was divorced. At that time, although Spain was more modern, within the royal family, Leach's past divorce was still considered an unacceptable black mark. The king and queen feared that the family's image would be damaged, especially when Juan Carlos I was facing criticism for controversial financial and hunting scandals. The conversations between Felipe and his parents became tense. He recalled two previous relationships, Eva Sonum, a Norwegian model, and Isabel Sartorius, the daughter of a noble family, both ended due to pressure from his own parents. The feeling of loss and helplessness when having to let go of the person he loved was still there. And this time, Felipe made it clear, "I will not let anyone decide my life for me." Determination and media shock. When he decided to marry Letizia, Felipe knew he would face the press, and this was what happened. The tabloids exploited her past to the fullest, from her first marriage, to her youthful photos, to the fact that she used to smoke. One even ran a suggestive headline, "A queen from the newsroom, is she fit for the throne?" However, Letizia remained steadfast. She kept quiet in the face of criticism, continuing her work as usual until the day she officially gave up journalism to prepare for her new role. In one of her last interviews before leaving TVE, she simply said, "My life is about to enter a new chapter, but I will always be myself." A wedding that defies stereotypes. On May 22, 2004, Felipe and Letizia married at the Almudena Cathedral in Madrid, witnessed by hundreds of guests and millions of television viewers. Although many were skeptical, many in the public supported the wedding, seeing it as a step forward for the royal family in the new era, where love is more important than birth. When Letizia entered the church, wearing a pure white wedding dress with a 4.5-meter-long train, her eyes remained proud and calm. It was the moment when she not only married a man, but also married a challenging destiny. From journalist to queen. In the years that followed, Letizia proved that she was more than just a king's wife. She actively participated in social activities, especially in the fields of education, public health and fighting school bullying. Her sharp speaking style and journalistic experience have made her one of the most listened to figures in the public eye. However, the pressure has never left her. The press has often compared Letizia to her mother-in-law Sofia, and there have been many rumors of family conflicts. But above all, she has maintained her position, accompanying Felipe, especially in 2014, when he became king after Juan Carlos I abdicated. That day, Letizia became Queen of Spain, and also living proof that love, if strong enough, can change a long-standing tradition. The early years on the throne, light and shadow. On June 19, 2014, when Felipe VI was officially crowned in the Spanish Parliament, Letizia, in an elegant white dress and a smile that was both confident and restrained, became queen. It was a historic image, but also a challenging turning point. Coming from outside the royal family, she had to learn to navigate the strict rules of the palace, where every word and gesture was scrutinized. Letizia's every step was now not just that of a woman, but that of the entire royal family in public. In her first months, she caught the attention of the international press by breaking some old protocols. Letizia is not afraid to shake hands with the people directly on official trips, speaks to children herself instead of through her entourage, and, most notably, she chooses outfits from young Spanish designers instead of relying entirely on international luxury brands. That both endears the public and annoys some conservative members of the royal family. The cloud behind the Zarzuela stone wall. The relationship between Letizia and her mother-in-law, Queen Sofia, soon became a favorite topic of the tabloids. Many newspapers published a series of controversial photos during Easter 2018, when Letizia was said to have deliberately stood in front of the camera to prevent Sofia from taking a photo with her two granddaughters. The short video went viral on social media, fueling rumors of conflict between the two most powerful women in the palace. Those close to Letizia believe that she only wanted to protect her daughter's privacy, but in the eyes of the conservative public, this action was seen as disrespectful to the Queen Mother. This story has become a scratch in Letitia's always well-built image. However, she did not choose to remain completely silent. Instead of making a statement, Letizia increased her social activities, attending more events with Sofia, as a hidden message that the royal family is still united. This tactfulness gradually calmed public opinion, although the rumors never completely disappeared.